I was in DC, mid 2000s again, and it was a bank holiday. Bank holidays are great. I think it was maybe a Wednesday. And since the bank holiday, what do you do on a bank holiday? What do? You follow your Saturday routine, which means I got up just a little later than I would if I had to go to the office. But I headed over, this is actually my Sunday routine, or it was my Sunday routine. I headed over to my favorite coffee shop at the time, which was Trist. And Trist, imagine Trist. It looks a little bit like the coffee shop in France, but bigger and slightly more grungy. The lights more dim, and it has a beautiful, beautiful light that comes in early in the morning around 10 o'clock. Huge, buzzing coffee shop, and the baristas making coffees at the bar, and people sitting at the bars, and then all these mix and matched chairs and tables are spread through this big space. And I grab a table in my mix matched table and chairs with my economist and ask for a Cuban coffee. It's Wednesday morning, reading my economist, having a coffee at Trist. It was a perfect day. As I'm just reading through the articles, I thought for many years, if the economist were a man, I would have all of his children. I don't think that anymore, but I was thrilled. It's a perfect day. It's a great start to your day. Reading my economist with my coffee, Cuban coffee, which is just a slightly long coffee, not normal size coffee cup, not the huge ones, slightly sweetened, delicious. And next to me on this table are two gentlemen, and they were there before I sat down. They were chit chat. You can tell they're friends for a long time. They've been talking about everything. They're laughing. They're having a ball. To them, it's a bank holiday, but it looks like a holiday. Like their table looks like a holiday. They're just having such a good time. Couldn't tell exactly if they meet on a regular basis or if they hadn't seen each other for a long time, but by the notes of the conversation, it seems like maybe it might be their weekly meetup or their monthly meetup. They just hee hee ha 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 about whatever, the situation, the business, whatever. And as I'm just browsing through my pages, they asked me, is there anything good in there? I turned to them. Well, same old, I say to them. And from there on, they come closer, they invite me to their table and asking me about, how long have I lived in the city? How do I like it? Do I come to the coffee shop often? How, is there actually anything good in The Economist this week? And just hee hee ha ha, hee hee ha ha. We exchange numbers and like we have to meet up again. My friend's doing having a dinner show next week. Why don't you come with us? We'll send you the details. And fantastic. It was a great day, a great day. Fast forward to present time, to present day. I'm still friends with these guys. I'm still friends with these guys. So we talked about the playground, the nuances of the playground, the complexities of the playground. And now, where do you find new people? Whatever it is that you're looking for, maybe you're looking for networking contacts because for your business, you just need to enlarge your network. And if you're looking for friends again, or if you're looking for a partnership, or if you're just looking for sex, which you actually have other outlets, just use apps for that. But for those of us that are looking for something more than just sex, meeting people, where do people do that? Where do people do that? I think the key to that is not where, it's to be open. It's to be open. You must be open to newness. That encounter on a bank holiday, which nothing out of the ordinary had to happen that day, that encounter is only possible if you're open. And you might say, oh, Steph, is that you're actually just really easygoing and you're friendly and you're a nice looking girl. These things happen to you. Yeah, all those things are true. However, if you're easygoing and you're friendly, you don't have to be nice or bad looking, normal. And even if you are bad looking, it doesn't negate anything. If you're easygoing and friendly, and open, all of those things can happen to you on a regular basis. Regular basis. So the key is to be open. Just you have to be open. You have to be open to new experiences, to new encounters, to that, to life in the real world. And the fact of the matter is, research shows that we still meet our new partners, we still meet our partners primarily in the real world. All that to say is, please, please, please lift up your head from your phone. We're here. We're here. We're waiting for you to interact with us. Okay, so let's break this down. Where to find these people? Where to find these people? Okay, where to find new people? Oh, I like basic things. I like basic things that we do on a regular basis that are habitual, that you have a pattern around. Because in these things, it's much easier for you to interact with people on a regular basis, repeated encounters. Remember, community. So in your community, you likely have a supermarket, you likely have a bakery, you likely have a dry cleaners, you probably have a gym. All of these things are in your community, people near you. You have to invest in what's near you. We like propinquity for relationships, all types of relationships. The closer you are to me, the easier it'll be for us to meet up, the easier it'll be for us to make plans, the easier it'll be us for just casually interact. We see each other. So it's a fact. We have to just invest in our community. So when you go to the supermarket, when you go to the dry cleaners, when you go to the gym, hi, you know, places, normal places that you go to on a regular basis. Also, where else? Work. If you spend a lot of time there, more than likely we spend more time at work or working than we do anything else. Work is a good place to start as well. School, if you're studying anything, or if you're doing any, what's it called? Additional continuing education. It's a wonderful place to meet people. Also, places of worship. If you have any specific religious practices that you frequent the place of worship, it's a wonderful place to meet people, especially because if that's a layer that's really important to you and that you're not wanting to let go of or to make more flexible, you actually want to keep it as a value of yours, then you just have to wanting to meet people in that sense, in that area, will be really helpful to making sure that your values are aligned. And lastly, one fun one is friends of friends. Unlike my failed, badly attempt at playing matchmaker, friends of friends are generally really wonderful matchmakers because if it's a good friend, they actually know you really well. And if they're already friends with your friends, that means you have lots of things in common, more than likely. And if your friend thought of that, there must be something, even if it's just for going to see movies or going to concerts, more than likely there will be some synergies there that will hit it off really well. Okay, so you have plenty of places to meet new people. Plenty of places. Okay, now the intro. How do you make that intro? You're at the places you always go to, but you're going to try something new and you're going to make an introduction to the checkout clerk or whatever. Okay, intros are possibly the trickiest. They are the trickiest, I think. My suggestion is to be real. Just be real. Be real and relevant to the context. So if the checkout line is super long, or if it's really hot outside or really cold, or if something quirky about, without being disrespectful, because people get offended these days about everything, something really quirky about the space, or someone's wearing a really funny hat, without being offensive. There's no need to be offensive, but you can break the ice with these things. Okay, you can use really relevant, neutral, real situations. You can use humor. If you're funny, if you're gifted with humor, you can use humor to try to break the ice. If humor is not your thing, it's not your strong suit, then I would lean towards kindness. Concern, kindness. What can you observe? Remember, observation's a superpower. Use it. It was part of week 1. What can you observe in the context that you can make note of, either in a kind, concerned way with the person that you're trying to make an intro with? How about yeah, you see that maybe the line is really long, but the checkout person looks like they're trying really hard, and you make the comment to the person you're trying to make an intro to. Man, I feel so bad for that person. They're working so hard, probably underpaid, and all of us just cranky and mean customers. Whatever. I'm sure you'll come up with something more clever than that. But it's just a question of getting the conversation started, or if you see something in the checkout line, have you tried that new gum? Or something in the cover of a magazine, whatever is at hand might actually work. And this shouldn't come up too soon. I don't foresee it, but just in case, if you're sending messages back and forth, sex be classy, please. There's no need to just to jump the gun if you're messaging the person and you're looking forward to meeting them and so forth, and all of a sudden you get this message about, I'm really looking forward to seeing you naked. Like, what? We haven't had coffee yet. It's super off-putting, especially for women. It is so off-putting. I mean, we will just delete your number. There's just no coming back from that. So be elegant. There's no need to rush into that. We all know everyone wants sex, but there's no need to rush into that. So just hold your horses and be elegant. And lastly, as you're making these introductions, be earnest, be sincere about if the compliment must be sincere. I really love your haircut. Oh, those shoes are fantastic. Or that jacket looks excellent with that. Be earnest. Be earnest in your concern. Are you okay? Just be earnest. Empathy is a wonderful tool that humanizes us that oftentimes we don't use, and let's apply it more. Okay, reminders to close this off. One, observe. Observation will give you loads of information as to how you can interact with people, how you can break the ice, how you can make introductions, how you can have your entry points. Observe. Change your habit. So you might go to the same supermarket every week, every day. Maybe change it up. Go a different day. Go at a different hour. You'll see different people. If you go habitually and you've been observing and there's nothing interesting in this hour, change the time. The same applies to the gym. The same applies if it's a place of worship and they have several services. Try a different service. You never know. Smile. What a concept. Smiling at people. I've lived in cities all of my life, large cities, capital cities, and it happens all across the world, depending, some places more than others. If you smile at people, some of them look you like, what are you trying to get something from me? What's going on here? But the more you do it and the less you care about people's reaction, the more you'll get a crack at it. Yeah, you just crack out of it. It's fun to smile because you'll feel better. It will be contagious to others, even if their mirror neurons take a little longer to activate. Just smile at people. It's really disarming. It's really good for you. And it's the first entry point, whether you realize it or not, to be in interaction with the people. And remember, honest, earnest conversation. Honest, earnest. Just be really honest, be really sincere in how you try to meet new people. So, where can you explore near you? See you tomorrow.